Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. It's that time of year again. It's a Rauchbierzeit, or actually Helleszeit. It's the time of year that Schlenkerla, Brauerei Helle, releases their special edition of their Helles Lagerbier, the unfiltered Helles. This was the best beer I drank last year, and people are going to be like, huh? Yes. I went through 10 or 15 bottles. It's a desert island beer for me. To me, this was perfection. And it's back. And this time, I didn't just get 10 bottles. I got a whole case. And I got this whole case with the help of dear friend Jason. So thanks a ton, Jason, for helping out. Because Schlenkerla does not ship to Denmark at the moment. So he was kind enough to play mule so I could order on the Schlenkerla web shop and get this. So it's really fresh. It's just been released. I think it's released on the 28th, 29th of April. And when you see this, it will be a month or so since release. But the big thing about this is that this is their Helles. And this is, I think, the only beer they do without any smoked malt. At least, isn't the Heinz line without smoke as well? At least originally. They developed a Helles Lager recipe to have a Helles Lagerbier. The big thing was that there's no smoked malt in here. All the smoke in this comes from reusing the yeast they use for the Rauchbiers. So maybe they fermented the Weizen. They would repitch yeast, and the yeast would carry smoke flavor. You can really smell it here. And apparently this is more smoky because there's yeast in suspension because it's unfiltered. But I also remember this being more hoppy than the classic Helles. I've already had this new release, and I'm really excited to drink it again. And again, and again, and again. So yeah, it's one of my favorite beers. And it's best very fresh, and it declines a little over time, but still an amazing experience. And it's one of those beers, like the more times I had it, the more I also enjoyed it. And that's also something that I maybe didn't think too much about in the past. Like when I was younger and a younger beer geek, it was all about those like first moments. Like, oh, if I wasn't blown away, like, oh, this is crazy, then those beers were never deserving of 100. But that's hard to do with a session beer. That will never blow your mind the same way, really, as like a triple barrel aged crazy beer or whatever, huge adjunct bomb. With these kind of beers, you need to try them a few times and you understand like, wow, this is one of the perfect beers in a style, or it's one of the perfect beers for you as a session beer, drinkable beer. So, but my saliva is just like, let's just get on it. So stoked to have this back. Definitely hazy in the glass. Funny, the first bottle I had was less hazy than this, I feel like. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely got some yeast haze. You can see that there. Streaming high carbonation. It built the most beautiful frothy head. There's still a bit of marshmallow on top using the Schlenkerla big pint glass. It's not a Willibecker, but it looks similar to it. But golden yellow, streaming CO2, light haze. Almost looks like a modern West Coast IPA. Let's check out the aroma on the Schlenkerla Unfiltered Helles Lager 25 edition. Like, I want to live in that glass. I don't even want to talk. I don't think I can wait. Sorry, cheers. I like this much more than the last time I had it. Wow. Jesus. It's so hoppy. Like, this is way more hoppy than a classic Helles. It's also more bitter. It's a bit more aggressive. But some of that bitterness, I think, also compared to the filtered one, is because there's a bit of yeast in suspension. But wow. That is so vibrant and so alive and perfection in the glass. I've been giving some bottled away and sharing. I think I'm down to, after this, I'll be down to like 15 bottles. And I think I should be careful because this is something I just, long day. Drinking perfection after a long day. It's a crazy shift of work, whatever. Rare you get to do that. Oh, man. This is such a beer you don't even understand. Like, I almost, like, if I had an extra case, I would bring a case to MBCC to share with brewers and be like, hey, you want some perfection? Like, Jesus. It would be so amazing to get Schlenkerla to come and pour at MBCC because they could bring this potentially because it's in season. Like, wow. Mm. It is so quaffable. So much going on before 4.3%. This feels like Braufrisch Lagerbier. Really fresh, really vibrant, really sippy. More smoky, more hop forward than the original filtered version. It's not like all encompassing crazy smoke, but it is smoky. It's like a nice, meaty, smoky edge without being too much. And there's so many brewers that try to recreate this by doing like Helles lagers with smoked malt and stuff. I've never had any that come close to this. This is the original and the best. And I think maybe it's just because the process, everything, the hopping rates on this, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's really fresh as well. Or maybe it's just, the fact that the smoke comes from the yeast. That's like if you had to brew this, you'd have to brew at your brewery. You'd have to brew a Rauchbier and reuse the yeast for a Helles lager to try and get the exact same results. I mean, you could do it. I don't want to do it, but that would mean you'd have to try and sell 2 batches of Rauchbier. It's really hard outside of Germany. It's just one of my favorite styles, Rauchbiers, in the many shapes and forms. I guess you could almost call it a Rauchhelles, but so sippy and so bright. Really crisp Pilsner malt flavor. That snappy, crackery pop. Like, it's so refreshing. I drank half a pint, just like... It's super citric, super grassy, very hop forward, very aromatic. A little bit of a black pepper note, but it's like big time floral citrus character and smoke. And it works so well. It feels really heavily hopped. And I think one of the things with this as well, like these unfiltered Schlenkerlas are like the best way to try and get Schlenkerla really, really fresh in your area. If you can order it from the web shop, you can also just order their beer on the web shop. You'll get it fresher, I guess. But often when you buy a beer like this, classic beer, for example, in the supermarket in Germany, it will have been sitting on the shelf for a little bit, maybe. It's not necessarily super fresh, but when you order these that are packaged for a special occasion, they're really fresh. I like this even more than I had the first bottle. The first bottle, I was like, maybe not in the mood to just sit and kick back because I was busy. It was prepping for a beer festival. A lot of shit was going on. I really enjoyed it. But I enjoy it much more right now. Like tenfold almost. The scenarios have something to do. Is this still 100? Fuck yeah, this is 100. It's an easy 100. It's one of the world's very best beers. One of the world's very best lagers. It's a desert island beer for me. And I'm going to get this when it's released every single year. Every single year in April, this will be stocked up in my fridge as long as I can, because it's amazing to be able to get beer of this quality that I enjoy so much. And it's not expensive. It's not hard to get. It's a little bit hard to get now. You have to do a little bit to get it. But it's not, how much did we pay? Like 40 some crowns a bottle or some silly stuff like that. Maybe it was even cheaper. Like they were around €2 or so, maybe a bottle. When we bought them, I think, because we got the discount because we bought a case of 20. But it's like world class 100. This will not be featured on the top 10 list because it was last year. It would be silly. Like then if I review this every year, which I might. It would always be like 100 every year. Like, oh, that's on the top 10. That would be a bit silly. But wowzers. I love this. It makes me want to go back to Bamberg. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so highly carb too. Very nice high CO2 level, which is awesome in Pilsners. 100 for the 25 vintage of Schlenkerla Special Edition Helles Lager, the unfiltered version. This is just magnificent. This is perfection in a glass. It's even better in the proper glass as well. The only thing that would beat the experience right now would be sitting at the pub, having some great food, and then drinking this down at the source. It's just like when I drink these Franconian beers that are so magical, fresh, it's like, man, I want to go back. I can't wait for MBCC, by the way. Wagner is coming, and Kiesmann, and we're going to be drinking their beer fresh again. It's going to be ace. I really want to go talk to the people because they make fabulous stuff. But yeah, wonderful stuff. 100. Go get some if you can. And if you guys already had a chance to try the Schlenkerla Unfiltered edition from this year, let me know what you thought of it. I think it's a must. And I think actually also in the States, you guys will be able to get it because I think they do canned versions of it in the States. Because I've seen a lot of the stuff being canned where Be United gets a whole lagering tank over filled with beer and then they package it in the States, which is amazing. So go drink some Schlenkerla. Go support some amazing classical historic beer. That is just zest magnifique. So cheers. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. And I see you guys in another review of this beer next year. Maybe I should try and do impressions. Just revisit it a couple months down the line if it's not gone already. It'll be fun. I don't know. Cheers. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you in another one.